Hi, I'm Jackson Butler.
And I'm Ling. We're both lifelong Lancers here at St. Francis High School, and today we wanted to give all of you a virtual tour of
Our home. There are so many things that go on here at St. Francis at all times, whether it's early morning collab with your teachers and friends to big Friday night football games. Something is always going on, and we're here to show you every part of St. Francis all around campus, starting here with our bay tree, which is by far our most historic landmark here. It shows that St. Francis is here to stay and is truly the pride of St. Francis. And it is standing right next to our way to celebrate our family right here on the football fields. Whether it's the football team out here to practice, the track and field team running laps around it, to the marching band having their practices here, there's always someone using this wonderful fields to celebrate family and celebrate St. Francis. Here we are outside in the quad, which kind of encompasses all of our main buildings around here and is kind of a centerpiece with the Holy Family behind us of the whole school. And the largest event here is mainly lunch, which is just an awesome place to be in California, to be out here and to be in the nice sun while talking to your friends. And as you can see over here is the cafeteria, which always gives every student amazing options of food. They have always a new global adventure meal and always amazing options for everyone. I would always go in every day and get my meal, and the cooks and the chefs would always work tirelessly to make sure that each student had something that they wanted to eat.
Yeah. They have vegetarian options too, and even seating in there in our nice cafeteria. But like Jackson said, if you want to enjoy some good Californian sun,
Exactly.
you come out here in the quad. And the quad is really the heart, I feel like, of our community. Everyone's coming here, whether it's transitioning after a class, before school or something like that, or if, people come here for bigger events, like we have music in the quad that happens out here, Night of Acoustics. Those are performative events that they transform the quad to be. Students sing out here, they dance. Sometimes at lunch, international showcase members or international club members come out here and perform their dances. Over there in front of Jackson and me is a place where one of the teachers, Mr. Ikezi, comes out with his drum set every Friday, and students kind of join in with him and have like little rock band hangouts. And yeah, welcome to the Sobrato Family Learning Commons. Down here, a bunch of things happen. So not only do we have that wing for foreign language classes and lockers, but we also have the Lancer locker room, which is the name for the spirit store that we have here on campus, where you could buy cute apparel for you and your mom. And to the left of Jackson and me, we have the counseling office, where our great counselors work tirelessly to make sure that every student is taken care of for college and mental health and beyond. Over there, we just have a meeting room in front of Jackson and me. And then even behind that meeting room, there's the activities office where Mr. Muleman hangs out. He's the activities director. Yes. And behind the activities office, we have the campus ministry office, which is actually where Mr. Quinn hangs out.
Yes.
He's there right now. We just got done talking with him. So many great people in campus ministry that I'm really excited for you to meet and get to know. Just in this area that we're standing in right now, we have, like tables and chairs with wheels. So it's built for collaboration with your friends. You could study together. Down here, you're allowed to eat together and just hang out after school, before school, during lunch, whenever. So now we're going to head up to the library, which is right above us. Welcome to the upstairs, our beautiful Cassin library. This common area where Jackson and me are standing right now is supposed to be a little more quiet than the downstairs commons, but it's still a great place to come and study by yourself or with friends.
Yes, absolutely. And you can come here at any time of day, before school, during lunch, or after school to study or just be with friends. And over on the side over here, past Cat, you have the books, which you can obviously go to the librarians and check out for any research or study that you may need. This library also has even more silent forms of study if you would like it, through things behind me as the little silent study cubicles if you want a more silent setting with just yourself.
Yeah.
And then there's also behind these nice glass walls is another silent study room that is completely silent that I would use all the time before any test or any quiz that I had during lunch or before school.
Yeah.
As well as if you want some nice sun or you want to be more talkative with your friends, you can go outside onto the balcony, which is a very nice amenity. And we, of course, have these nice computers, which you can use for any studying or any research and so on and so forth. This Cassin Family Library has everything you would need in a library and has very, very nice view. Here we are in the 600 wing here at school. This is normally known as the history wing, and I'm standing outside one of our classrooms. This classroom is actually an example of one of our 21st century learning classrooms, and I myself have had personal experiences in one of these classrooms, and I can say that it is very fun, good place to learn, and the 600 wing is actually one of my favorite wings.
Welcome to our robotics lab. As you can see, there's a multitude of knickknacks and tools in here that's mostly used by our robotics team, which is very competitive. They place well in competitions at universities all throughout the Bay Area. But me, as a former engineering student, I got to use some of these cool tools and knickknacks also. St. Francis is home to so many creative minds, hearts, and hands, and that's best demonstrated in this room. This is the art room, more specifically the ceramics room. And as you can see, there's so many things here that show for the talents that could be cultivated at this school. Welcome to the band and choir room. This is where the concert, symphonic, and all choir ensembles have their classes, as well as it is the home base for the marching band. Both Kat and I were a part of the marching band for all 4 years, and it was a big part of both of our lives. And I have to say that out of every room, this is probably my favorite room. Welcome to the Grand Theater. This beautiful room that Jackson and I are standing in right now is the lobby, but so many things go on in the doors behind us, from fall play to spring musical to winter student run productions. That's all for the drama department, and we use this space as well as the little theater, which is right next to the cafeteria. All of that stuff goes on in here, as you'd expect, with great facilities. We have a nice catwalk for lighting. We have a downstairs pit that lowers for the orchestra. So many things happen. Even outside of those clubs and other activities that I mentioned, there are littler things like poetry slams that happen here annually, and also like just a bunch of different presentations that happen here too if we were to have like a guest speaker or something like that. And the improv team comes here and performs like during lunch and after school a lot of times as well. So yeah, this building can speak for itself with its beauty and all of the talent that's been shared in here. All of the symphonic and concert bands, as well as the choir, have their fall, winter, and spring performances here, as well as smaller ensembles such as a jazz or saxophone ensemble that we have within our band all come in here to perform. And also we have even new events that we started this year. Just this past year, we had a TED affiliated event called TEDx in this theater where
different guests or different student speakers from St. Francis came up with something that they wanted to talk about, and then they showed off their own talk in this theater here, which was an amazing event. I was lucky enough to be one of the speakers at that event, and I can attest to that. If you come here and you have something to say, I truly, truly ask you that you try out any TEDx event, or if you want to be in a musical, this is a very, very good place to foster any of those abilities. Here we are in the Kevin Makley Event Center, which houses a multitude of things here at St. Francis. On either side of Kat and I, in the Alumni Walk of Fame, we have the Alumni Gym, as well as the Burns Pavilion. And here, actually in the hallway, on this side shows the history of St. Francis, and on this side shows our St. Francis Hall of Fame, as well as all of our varsity sports annual pictures. And behind us, we have so many different things. We have a physical therapy center, which anyone, athletes who have any injuries can go and get treated. We have a weight room, which hosts PE classes as well as extracurricular activities. We also have a dance studio, which hosts the dance teams as well as its own classes. We have a St. Francis radio station, which is very cool here in the event center. And behind us is the St. Francis pool, which hosts obviously sports like water polo and swimming, as well as our PE classes. The event center houses so many activities here at St. Francis and is truly an amazing place.
Let's take a closer look inside the Burns gym. So here we are, and right now it looks a little empty, but during the school year, St. Francis hosts all kinds of events in this room. From rallies to liturgies to other assemblies to sporting events like basketball games and volleyball games, of course. Even other clubs like Color Guard. I was part of the Winter Guard, and we use this space to practice too. So yeah, there's a lot of memories that happen in this space, and for Jackson and I, a very special one, because we actually were on homecoming court together, and this is where we had our skit, yes, which the homecoming rally and the skits in it are a huge event, yes, for every year. So that was super special for us to experience. So as we enter our next location here, the chapel, it's important to honor it as a sacred space. From everything in here is so beautiful, from this tile work in the back to the colorful windows above us, and even the banners around us that commemorate sort of seniors before us and seniors like us who have gone on senior retreat. Really special experiences tied to campus ministry and to the chapel. There's every single morning mass that happens in here where we're standing. Very small services, you know. This space is open to any student who wants to come in here for some quiet, peaceful time. Like I said, campus ministry uses this space a lot. We have a wonderful Ignite youth group that's welcome to, it's open and welcoming of anyone with any sort of spiritual background. We can just gather and celebrate family and pray for each other and get to know a little bit about what our faith means to us.
And whether you feel comfortable or not comfortable, or you're not as religious as any other person, everyone gets to experience this beautiful and wonderful place. You come here with your religion classes and you get to experience what it is like, and you have activities that really connect you to this space. And also it helps to connect to the St. Francis community as well, because this chapel really is honestly one of the epicenters of the St. Francis faith and community as well. So everyone gets to experience this. Everyone is welcome here, no matter what. And The people here are amazing and they're so loving and are always here to talk.
So the end of our virtual tour brings us here to the St. Joseph Prayer Garden. And as you can see, St. Joseph is present and he is with us. And behind him is the St. Andre Bessette House, which Jackson can talk about a little later. But as for this space, this is pretty special for students and faculty alike, those who just pass through on their way to class, but many of those who like to sit here to think or to have important conversations with people. I've seen teachers use this space to get their class out of the room when they're getting restless. So it serves a multitude of purposes, and it's just a nice place to come and relax.
Absolutely. And like Kat said, behind this nice St. Joseph statue is the Andre House, as we call it, which houses the office of the president, wonderful Mr. Jason Curtis, as well as the admissions office. And this house is one of the oldest buildings here at St. Francis and has a beautiful history, just like all of St. Francis. And like I said, the admissions office is now in the Andre House. And if you have any other questions that weren't covered in this tour or any other questions regarding anything else, please email admissions@sfhs.com for any questions that you may have.
Thank you for joining us on our tour, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.